It's actually happening. Disney, the company built off imagination and creativity, just sold what little of its soul left to AI slop. Hey guys, it's the Pink King here, and yeah, no funny intro today unfortunately, because man, I did expect something like this to happen inevitably at some point, but never did I imagine that point would be now. And honestly, not only does this make me furious, but it should make you mad too. Now, for those of you unaware of what exactly is going on, Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, just revealed that they have plans to introduce the ability to make AI-generated content on Disney Plus, among many more potential AI projects soon to come. Now, if that sentence alone doesn't boil your blood, then allow me to explain not only why this is a god-awful decision, but why it will be disastrous regardless of the many potential outcomes. Because simply put, no matter which way you slice it, there is no good outcome to this. Let's start with what some of those potential outcomes could be. Number 1. The plan is a success. Disney managed to find a way to bring generative AI to their platform in a way that's actually successful. People are using it and slop is being churned out left, right, and center. This will not only prove to Disney that there is a market for this kind of filth, but it will certainly catch the attention of other companies like perhaps Universal, Netflix, Paramount, and more, who will see this success and, to no surprise, will want to exploit it, starting by incorporating their own versions to their streaming services until eventually they normalize the use of it enough to put AI-generated slop in movie theaters, TV shows, and many more things to come, resulting in hundreds of thousands of people to most likely lose their jobs and livelihood, or potentially not even get a lot of these new upcoming people into these companies in the future. Plus, the inevitable environmental damage this mass incorporation will have, as if you're unaware, yes, generative AI is bad for the environment on so many levels, so not only will the industry collapse in on itself, but the environment will also be at risk too. And that's just one potential outcome. Another potential outcome could be it's a flop. Let's say they launch this AI stint and it flounders completely and nobody uses it. Do you really think that's going to stop Disney from trying again? Because sure, it might have not worked now, but it's an incredibly cheap and easy to produce method, and getting it to work now isn't even the main goal. The main goal here is to normalize AI. Keep beating people over the head with it that they feel like it's pointless to try and push back against it. Because when you make filth normalize, suddenly nobody will care. Which will again not only open the door for more AI sludge to be thrown at the wall, but will also lead to so much potential damage to the entertainment industry and other industries as a whole. So either way you slice it, the only good outcome here is to not do it at all. And just putting the what ifs to the side, can we just talk about the blatant disrespect a decision like this not just does to Disney's legacy, but to the hard-working people who made Disney the giant it is today? Those who pour years of their lives into growing and expanding this evil corporation, people who gave everything they had only to now be made obsolete. But hey, don't take my words for it, take the words of people like Dana Terrace and many other artists who contributed to Disney. Heck, it's gotten to a point now that these people are now calling to do piracy on Disney, and I don't blame them in the slightest, because if you're not going to put in the work to pay artists what they're worth and create genuine content, then you don't deserve people's hard-earned money in the first place. And again, it's crazy that I'm even having to say this in the first place, considering it's Disney. The Disney we all grew up with. The Disney that brought us gems like The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and The Jungle Book, to name a few. The Disney that inspired us to get creative, to experiment with art, and to be better people. That same Disney has now become the very villain they once showed in their stories. And it's all just to cut costs. There's no other reason behind doing any of this other than to simply not pay hardworking artists and creatives. Simply put, the Disney that we once knew as kids, the Disney we grew up with, is pretty much dead. And greed is the thing that killed it. Honestly, we could be here all day, going over why this decision was monumentally awful, especially moving forward for the entertainment industry and just humanity as a whole. But there's one thing in particular I want to address, because it's the smoking gun behind why they're getting away with this in the first place. It's the one excuse they and their defenders keep using in order to try and justify this rather dystopian future. That excuse being, AI now makes art accessible to everyone. This is not only a lie, but it's a rather disgusting one. Because let me set the record straight right now, no, AI does not make art accessible to everyone, because it already was. You know, I often think back to Ratatouille from time to time, and in particular, one line especially from it. One line that I feel perfectly demonstrates what it is I am talking about here. That line being this:
"Anyone can cook, but I realize only now do I truly understand what he meant. Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. It is difficult to imagine more humble origins than those of the genius now cooking at Gusteau's, who is, in this critic's opinion, nothing less than the finest chef in France. I will be returning to Gusteau soon, hungry for more."
Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anyone. Because you see, art has always been accessible, and not in the way you might expect. Art can be anything. Art can be a drawing, a painting, a certain dish, a certain piece of clothing, or heck, even the way you move your body, either elegant or violent. Art isn't the outcome, but more so the process, and specifically what that process teaches us. And so, by definition, AI can never be true art, because it lacks the very thing that makes something art, the process of it all. Because you see, peeps, that process is what makes something authentic. You can pump out as much AI slop as you want, but the authenticity of something is what brings people together. And so again, I emphasize, not everyone is destined to be a great artist, but a great artist can come from anyone. It's all about getting it done yourself, regardless of the reason. Teaching yourself something new will always make the art great. So next time you let AI bros or corporations try to sell you on the idea that you need to do things their way in order to be a quote-unquote artist, just remember, learning it for yourself has always been free. So don't let this AI slop scam you out of your hard-earned money, and recognize the real mastery in doing things yourself. Even if it's not the best thing in the world, the fact that it was made by you and not a machine makes it even more beautiful than you could ever possibly imagine. Because that's magical. You making something is magical. Machines stealing content, harming the environment, and churning out slop after slop does not make you an artist. But rather, it's the time, the dedication, and more so, the love for the process you have that will make you an artist. But what do you guys think? What were your thoughts on this move by Disney? And more importantly, be sure to show your love for real art down in the comments. Whether it be your experiences or a TV show, movie, or just a piece of art that you enjoy, let me know down in the comments what you guys appreciate about art. I want to see what you guys have to say, and we need to spread some more positivity for a change. The more we allow AI to become normalized, the more it only hurts ourselves. But with that, peeps, it's been the Pink King here, and I will see you all next time.